Have you ever wondered why some of the most brilliant minds in history preferred solitude to social gatherings? Today, we're diving deep into Susan Cain's groundbreaking book, Quiet: The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking, a work that completely revolutionised how we understand personality and success in modern society. This isn't just another self-help book, this is a manifesto that challenges everything we thought we knew about leadership, creativity and human potential. Susan Cain's Quiet represents a seismic shift in our understanding of personality psychology and workplace dynamics. Published in 2012, this meticulously researched work emerged from Cain's personal journey as an introvert navigating an extrovert-dominated world. The book arrived at a crucial moment when open-plan offices and collaborative workspaces were becoming the norm, yet many were questioning whether this extroverted ideal truly served everyone. Cain spent 7 years researching this book, conducting interviews with psychologists, neuroscientists and business leaders while examining decades of scientific studies. Her investigation revealed that between 1/3 and 1/2 of the population consists of introverts, yet our institutions are designed almost exclusively for extroverts. This creates a fundamental mismatch that wastes human talent and potential. The book challenges the extrovert ideal, a cultural bias that favours outgoing, assertive personalities over quieter, more reflective ones. Cain demonstrates how this bias emerged in 20th century America, transforming from a culture that valued character to one that prizes personality. She argues that we've created a society where being loud and quick to speak is valued over being thoughtful and deliberate. What makes Quiet particularly powerful is its combination of rigorous scientific research with compelling storytelling. Cain doesn't simply advocate for introverts, she presents evidence that many of our most innovative thinkers, from Einstein to Steve Wozniak, were introverts who did their best work in quiet environments away from the crowd. Quiet systematically dismantles the myth that extroversion equals effectiveness, while building a compelling case for the unique strengths that introverts bring to leadership, innovation and problem solving. Cain structures her argument around 3 core sections that progressively build understanding of introversion's value. The first section, the extrovert ideal, traces how American culture shifted from valuing substance to valuing style. Cain examines how this transformation affected everything from business practices to educational methods, creating environments that often disadvantage introverted individuals. She explores how the rise of a corporate culture and mass media contributed to this shift, making extroversion seem synonymous with success. The second section, Your Biology, Yourself, delves into the neurological and psychological differences between introverts and extroverts. Cain presents fascinating research showing that introverts and extroverts have different sensitivities to stimulation, with introverts preferring lower stimulus environments where they can think deeply and process information thoroughly. This isn't a weakness, but a different way of engaging with the world that often leads to more thoughtful decision-making. The final section, Do All Cultures Have an Extrovert Ideal, examines how different societies value introversion and extroversion differently. Cain contrasts Western cultures, particularly American culture, with Asian cultures that often prize contemplation and careful consideration over quick responses and bold assertions. This cross-cultural analysis reveals that the extrovert ideal is not universal, but rather a specific cultural construction. Throughout the book, Cain weaves together personal anecdotes, scientific research, and business case studies to create a comprehensive portrait of how introverts contribute to society. She doesn't argue that introverts are superior to extroverts, but rather that both personality types have essential roles to play, and our current systems fail to harness the full potential of introverted individuals. The transformation of American culture from a character-based to personality-based represents one of the book's most significant revelations. Cain traces this shift to the early 20th century, when America transitioned from a rural agricultural society to an urban industrial one. Previously, people were judged by their moral character and reliability within close-knit communities. However, as people began working in large corporations and living in cities where they interacted with strangers daily, the ability to make quick impressions became increasingly important. This cultural transformation elevated traits like charisma, boldness, and quick thinking, while devaluing patience, thoughtfulness, and deep reflection. The rise of Dale Carnegie's influence exemplifies this cultural shift. Carnegie's teachings emphasized the importance of winning friends and influencing people through personality rather than substance. His approach became the template for American business culture, creating environments where being outgoing and persuasive mattered more than being right or thorough. This cultural change had profound implications for how we structured workplaces, schools, and social institutions. Harvard Business School serves as a microcosm of this extrovert-centric culture in Cain's analysis. She describes how the school's emphasis on class participation, group work, and speaking up creates an environment where introverted students often struggle despite their analytical abilities. The school's culture rewards quick thinking and confident presentation over careful analysis and thoughtful consideration. This mirrors broader trends in business education and corporate culture, where being heard is often more important than having something valuable to say. The neurological differences between introverts and extroverts reveal why certain environments favour one personality type over another. Research shows that introverts have higher baseline arousal levels, meaning they require less external stimulation to feel comfortable and perform optimally. Extroverts, conversely, have lower baseline arousal and need more stimulation to reach their performance peak. This explains why introverts often excel in quiet, low-stimulus environments, while extroverts thrive in busy, high-energy settings. These aren't preferences, but fundamental differences in how the nervous system processes information. The myth of charismatic leadership gets thoroughly debunked through Cain's examination of successful introverted leaders. She presents research showing that introverted leaders often outperform extroverted ones, particularly when leading proactive teams. Introverted leaders tend to listen more carefully, think before speaking, and create environments where team members feel heard and valued. They're less likely to dominate conversations and more likely to spot potential problems before they become crises. Rosa Parks exemplifies how introverted leadership can create profound social change. Cain challenges the common misconception that Parks was simply tired when she refused to give up her bus seat. Instead, she reveals Parks as a thoughtful, strategic activist who had been planning civil rights actions for years. Parks' quiet determination and careful preparation proved more effective than more flamboyant approaches to activism. Her story demonstrates how introverted traits like persistence, careful planning, and moral courage can drive significant social transformation. The collaboration myth represents another crucial insight from Cain's research. She challenges the prevailing wisdom that teamwork and group brainstorming lead to better outcomes. Research consistently shows that people generate more creative ideas when working alone than in groups. Group settings often lead to conformity and the dominance of the loudest voices rather than the best ideas. Cain argues that while collaboration has value, our obsession with constant teamwork actually stifles innovation and prevents introverts from contributing their best work. Cultural variations in valuing introversion reveal how arbitrary the extrovert ideal truly is. Cain contrasts American culture with Asian cultures that often prize contemplation, careful consideration, and restraint. In many Asian societies, speaking up quickly or dominating conversations is considered rude rather than leadership behaviour. These cultural differences demonstrate that the traits we associate with success are culturally constructed rather than universally optimal. Key takeaway points. Understanding your authentic personality type enables you to structure your life and work for optimal performance. Many people, particularly introverts, spend enormous energy trying to be someone they're not, leading to burnout and decreased effectiveness. Recognizing whether you're naturally introverted or extroverted allows you to make informed decisions about career paths, work environments, and daily schedules. Introverts perform best when they have time for deep thinking and minimal interruptions, while extroverts thrive on interaction and stimulation. The power of preparation cannot be overstated for introverts seeking to excel in extroverted environments. While extroverts may feel comfortable improvising, introverts often perform better when they have had time to think through their contributions in advance. This doesn't mean being scripted, but rather having considered the key points you want to make and the questions you might ask. Preparation allows introverts to participate more confidently in meetings and presentations. Creating the right environment dramatically impacts performance for introverts. This might mean negotiating for a private office, finding quiet spaces for important work, or scheduling demanding tasks during low-energy times of day. Many introverts discover they're most productive early in the morning or late in the evening when there are fewer distractions. Understanding your optimal environment isn't about being difficult, but about maximizing your contribution. The free trait theory suggests that while we have core personality tendencies, we can act outside these tendencies when pursuing goals that matter deeply to us. An introvert might become temporarily more outgoing when advocating for a cause they care about or when their expertise is needed. The key is understanding that this requires energy and planning recovery time afterward. Leveraging your listening skills provides introverts with significant advantages in leadership and relationship building. While extroverts may dominate conversations, introverts often excel at truly hearing what others are saying. This skill becomes invaluable in negotiations, team leadership, and problem-solving situations where understanding different perspectives is crucial. The importance of solitude for creativity and problem-solving cannot be ignored in our collaboration-obsessed culture. Many breakthrough innovations come from individuals working alone, not from brainstorming sessions. Introverts should advocate for solo work time and resist the pressure to constantly collaborate. Some of the most productive partnerships involve extroverts and introverts working separately on different aspects of a project. Communication strategies need to be adapted for introverted strengths. This might mean communicating important ideas through email rather than impromptu conversations, requesting meeting agendas in advance, or asking for time to consider proposals rather than responding immediately. These aren't weaknesses but different approaches that often lead to more thoughtful outcomes. Professional networking can be reimagined to suit introverted preferences. Rather than working large rooms or attending numerous events, introverts often excel at building deeper relationships with fewer people. This might involve one-on-one coffee meetings, smaller professional gatherings, or online communities where there's more time to craft thoughtful responses. The concept of introversion as a leadership style challenges conventional wisdom about what makes effective leaders. Introverted leaders often excel at strategic thinking, careful decision-making, and creating psychological safety for their teams. They're less likely to seek the spotlight and more likely to focus on developing others and achieving results. Understanding that introversion and shyness are different concepts helps clarify common misconceptions. Introversion is about energy preferences and stimulation levels, while shyness is about fear of social judgment. Many introverts are socially confident, and some extroverts struggle with shyness. This distinction is crucial for understanding your own needs and developing appropriate strategies. Susan Cain's Quiet fundamentally challenges us to reconsider how we structure our schools, workplaces, and society to harness the full spectrum of human potential. This book isn't just about introverts advocating for themselves. It's about creating environments where everyone can contribute their unique strengths. The research presented demonstrates that our current extrovert-centric culture wastes enormous talent and creativity by failing to create conditions where introverts can flourish. The implications extend far beyond individual self-help. Organisations that learn to value both introverted and extroverted contributions consistently outperform those that default to extroverted approaches. Schools that provide quiet spaces for reflection alongside collaborative areas see improved outcomes for all students. Leaders who understand how to leverage both personality types build more effective teams and make better decisions. Perhaps most importantly, Quiet reveals that the qualities we need to solve complex problems, thoughtful analysis, careful consideration, and deep expertise are often introverted traits. As we face increasingly complex global challenges, we need leaders and innovators who can think deeply, listen carefully, and resist the pressure to provide quick answers to complicated questions. The future belongs to those who can balance extroverted energy with introverted wisdom, creating solutions that are both innovative and sustainable.